Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? Welcome this morning. Good morning to everybody. And okay, here we go. The reaction of the world has begun, and the warnings are coming, and the threats are in. And let me tell you all about that, guys, in just a second. But first, the United States is staring down a copper crunch. Global inventories are hovering at a 15-year low. Washington is floating important tariffs, and every EV, data center, and power grid build needs metal. We don't control it. Investors who wait for secure supply headlines will be paying record premiums again. Picture project delays, soaring construction costs, and CEOs scrambling for offshore concrete, while retail investors chase the last uptick. Miss this window and you're funding someone else's margin, because the majors will snap up the few U.S. assets with grade, scale, and infrastructure once the tariff hammer drops. If you want to know more about this potential opportunity, go to giantminingcore.com. Click on that link below the video, giantminingcore.com. And find out all about this opportunity. All right. Well, let me tell you something right now. We have citizens. Oh, by the way, Zombie Apocalypse. Yes, get that ticket and watch those. Watch this 3-hour teaching on the zombie apocalypse, the return of Legion and demonic forces. Boy, if you can't see that demon forces have been turned loose in this world, then I don't know what I can do to help you. It's unbelievably incredible what's going on out there. It really, really is. Well, let's start first with the U.S. citizen warning has been issued worldwide. I repeat, an American issued worldwide travel warning after the Iranian strikes. This just in this morning. The U.S. State Department on Sunday has now, after reviewing everything, this morning has issued a worldwide caution alert, a worldwide caution alert for Americans traveling abroad after President Donald Trump announced that the United States had struck 3 nuclear sites in Iran. Trump Saturday night announced that it was a very successful attack on the 3 sites in Iran, nuclear plants, directly inserting the United States into the Holy Land conflict. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the strikes delivered a final blow to Iran's nuclear program, though a senior Israeli official has told the news media that it was not known if it is fully annihilated. But American officials have long been concerned that Iran was going to develop a nuclear weapon, and Iran says its program was peaceful and focused on energy production. But if that's not true, because if you were just working on energy, you don't need to create uranium at 60% grade going higher. No. Iran is very upset, of course, and they're yelling at the United States saying, U.S., you have crossed a very big red line. But President Trump has warned of additional strikes if Iran retaliates. Now, the conflict between Israel and Iran has resulted in disruptions in travel and periodic closures of airspace across the Middle East, according to the State Department. But there is a potential for demonstrations against the U.S. citizens and interest abroad. The State Department advises all U.S. citizens worldwide to exercise increased caution. Global airlines are weighing in how long to pause their flights to the Middle East after the United States struck Iran. So, for instance, flights to destinations that include Dubai or Qatar or Saudi Arabia have been canceled in recent days. And according to flight tracking websites, there's nobody flying in the airspace above Iran, Iraq, and Syria and Israel right now. Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Israel, the airspaces are closed to commercial airlines. Now, Israel is wanting to open up the air periodically, maybe for Tel Aviv, but it's not looking like anytime too quickly. Things are really intense. And Secretary of State Marco Rubio is saying that we'll impose cost on Iran if they attack American personnel, whether they do it directly or whether they do it through some type of proxy that they try to hide behind. He said, let's hope they don't choose this route. Let's all hope that they actually decide, okay, let's go negotiate because we want a diplomatic, peaceful solution. But President Trump has left a scathing warning. Any retaliation by Iran against the United States of America will be met with force far greater than what was witnessed on Saturday night. Okay, so that's the travel warning that's going on right now. Now, there's more than that going on right now. Besides the travel warning to all Americans, we have to be very, very careful out there. We already have a problem in Qatar. The U.S. Embassy that was just announced they are shelter in place. I repeat, shelter in place. The U.S. Embassy in Qatar has just warned the American citizens in Qatar to shelter in place until further notice. So if there's anybody watching right now in Qatar and you're a U.S. citizen, you need to shelter in place. The embassy said on June 23rd, that's today, that they have released the alert. That's within the hour. It is acting out of an abundance of caution and have given no other details. But Qatar is home, of course, to one of the United States' largest air bases in the Middle East. And apparently the potential threat on that air base is real. Also, the potential any type of harm could be done on any U.S. citizen in Qatar is real. This is a worldwide security alert issued by the State Department about the conflict with Iran as it is escalating after the United States strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. So the conflict between Israel and Iran has resulted in disruptions in travel and periodic closures of airspace across the Middle East. There is potential for demonstrations against U.S. citizens and interest abroad. The State Department advises all U.S. citizens worldwide to exercise increased caution. The embassy in Qatar is on lockdown, and all U.S. citizens in the country of Qatar need to shelter in place. So this is a severe warning out there for all of our U.S. citizens that are in Qatar. And of course, you say, why are they in Qatar? Well, a lot of U.S. citizens work in Qatar. We have a lot of business in Qatar, and a lot of contractors are in Qatar. So, and of course, a lot of our military personnel are in Qatar. Like it said, one of the largest U.S. Army bases or military bases, it's actually an Air Force, but military bases is in Qatar. So our prayers are going out. We need to pray. This is a very serious situation. And here in the United States, of course, there's sleeper cells all across the country. I got some inside information about sleeper cells last night, actually from one of our insiders who told me that the sleeper cells, many of them have gone dark or have changed locations. And some of the different agents that are out there have already lost contact or lost track of their targets that they are supposed to be keeping an eye on. Some of them have gone into the darkness. In other words, changed locations, changed cell phones, just vanished, which really makes me nervous because that's the kind of thing that means that they may have been given their orders. They may have been in this country for 10 years, 15 years, some of them as much as 30 years, many of them. And they are here, and we have been watching them, and we've got tabs on them, but they wait for their order. They could be your neighbor. They could be the person you work with on the assembly line. That could be the guy running one of your local convenience stores. It could be someone down at the bank. You really don't know. But if they get the word, they're going to move. I'll never forget, this happened to me in Toronto, Canada. About 7 or 8 years ago, I was preaching a revival in Toronto, Canada. And a man showed up at the first night of the revival. I was doing a 3-night revival, and the man showed up to the first night of the revival, and he wanted to take me to dinner after the service that night. Well, I was tired. I actually traveled alone on this trip. Heidi didn't come with me on this one. And I traveled to Toronto, and I was kind of exhausted. I mean, and then, had to connect flights and what have you. And I get there, and then I go to the service, and I haven't really had a chance to, I had to prepare while on the plane. And then I had to preach that night. It was really hot. It was a big crowd. And the man walked up and said, "Hey, you want me to, I'd like to take you to dinner. I'd like to take you to dinner." I said, I just can't go tonight. I said, I'm just kind of exhausted. I'm going to go back to the hotel and stuff. He said, "How about tomorrow night?" I said, "Okay, tomorrow night I'll do it after church." Okay. So, and it's something I don't normally do. It's something I don't normally do. 90, probably 95% of the time, I just don't do that. Because especially if I meet someone for the first time and I don't know them, I'm a little I'm not skeptical, but I have to be careful because I don't know if the person who says, "Hey, I'm coming to meet you today. I've been watching you, and can we go to lunch?" Well, I don't know who you are, and I don't know. I've had a lot of threats against me, so I have to be careful. And so I should have just said, "Nah, I just don't think so," or I should have somehow vetted this guy. I just didn't do it. And so the next night, went to church. He was there. Another packed house, another great service. Preached that night, and when the service was over, he was waiting. Now, the church that I was preaching at, they had a driver who would come pick me up every morning and take me back to the hotel. Pick me up every evening for the service and take me straight back to my hotel every night after the service. This is for my own protection. Okay, it's for my own protection, especially when I'm in a different country. And he was there. He was ready. So my driver says to me, "Car's out front, Pastor, when you're ready." I said, "You know what? Tonight's okay. There's a man here. He's going to take me out for dinner tonight, and then he's going to take me to the hotel." The driver said, I really recommend you don't do that." I said, "Well, do you know this man? Do you know the man?" He said, "No, I don't know the man, and I don't think anyone here knows the man. So I really, really don't recommend you do that." Now, this is the moment when you really should listen. When someone's been given charge over you, or security, or your driver. A lot of times the driver is my security on the road. But I didn't heed the warning. And so I went with the man. And he said, "I'm going to take you to one of the finest steakhouses in Toronto." So, okay. So I went. I get in his car. We go. We get to the steakhouse. We go in. And it was like somebody flipped a switch. This man went from what he was representing to something else. He changed. It was like somebody hit a switch. He changed. His conversation, his vocabulary, his demeanor, he changed. And I got nervous. But now I'm, here I am, and, thinking I play it cool. And the conversation begins and what have you. And he starts the conversation about how he wants to talk about terrorism. He wants to talk about radicalism. He wants to talk about different things that was really uncomfortable for me. I'm being careful even what I'm saying to you here because I really don't want to say everything, but I was very uncomfortable. And I didn't feel safe at this point. His conversation continued. He was determined to send me a message. He was determined to send me a clear message that there is a problem, folks, between Christians in America and around the globe. Christians be very focused. It doesn't matter if you're in church or not. We had a church that was under attack yesterday morning in Detroit, in Dearborn, Michigan. I talked about that last night. A gunman was running in to try to go into the church, but he was shot and killed before he could get in. He had actually shot the security officer, but the security officer was able to return fire and shoot and kill him before he could get into the church with a long gun. This happened in Dearborn, Michigan. In Syria, there was 15 churches attacked yesterday. You haven't heard one word of it in the media. Not one word of it. I brought it up to you guys last night in the live broadcast. 15 churches. 15 churches in Syria. And in one church, 22 people were killed and 63 were injured because the guy shot a few people and then blew himself up. It was in Wayne, Michigan. Right. Wayne, Michigan is, Dearborn, Michigan is in Wayne, Michigan, a suburb of Detroit. It is Dearborn. It is, and Congresswoman Rashid Tlaib, that is her district. You have to understand. So this church, this community Christian church would have been, there would have been a massacre. There would have been a massacre. Thank God that the protection of the security outside the church and inside the church. And you have to have that in these churches today. So I'll be very careful, but the man talked to me for a while. And then I finally said, we had dinner and I ate and I listened and I'm very careful. And I don't get into the dialogue. I don't get into a confrontational discussion with him. I realize I better just listen, stay calm, and get out of here. And the meal ends, and he was a banker. As a matter of fact, he was a high-level banker in the Toronto area. And I'll never forget it. He said to me, but if I get the word, if I was to get the word, I would kill you. Just like that. I said, well, let's pray you don't get the word. And thanks for the heads up. I'll be praying that my angels are standing all around me. And he just kind of smirked. And I said, I really need to get back to the hotel. And I had to say it about 3 times. He just really wanted to wear me down. It was a part of the psyche. Yeah, the steak was great. I mean, to be honest with you, thank you. It was really good. And then, and so then he said, okay. And then we went out and got in the car. And the whole time I'm thinking, please, Lord, have this man drive back to the hotel and nowhere else. Okay. But he did. He took me to the hotel and he let me out. And I went on in. I said to myself, mark this down, Pastor Paul Begley. Never do that again. Never, ever go against what you already know. And that is to be careful everywhere you go. Especially, I'm not real high profile, but I am profile enough. People, they know who I am. And so this is why I'm saying this today. I'm sharing this story with you. I've never shared it before online in 7 years, but I feel like I should share that. As a Christian out there, just keep your eyes open. And if you are living somewhere or you're traveling overseas, always be in a crowd or have a group or something, okay? And be careful where you walk and be careful where you go. And keep your eyes open and be prayed up, okay? Be prayed up because we're going up. God bless all of you. Did I give the information? Oh, yeah, I did. You don't know how many times I've had to make phone calls to the FBI or even the Secret Service because of threats that have come in and information we get. Yeah, I definitely turned it in. God bless all of you. I never seen that guy again, never heard from him again, and really hope I don't. I'll be back, guys. Are you serious? Maybe we all need to get washed in the blood. Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing power? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you fully trusting in His grace this hour? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Oh, yes! Are you walking daily by the Savior's side? Yeah! Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Do you rest each moment in the crucified? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Or are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? And be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Come on! Somebody shout right now. It's going to be a busy day today here on YouTube. I'm going to be with you all day. Stuff is coming in. When the bridegroom cometh, will your robes be white? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Will your soul be ready for those mansions bright and be washed in the blood of the Lamb? Or are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Now lay aside those garments that are stained with sin and be washed in the blood of the Lamb. There's a fountain flowing for the soul unclean. Oh, be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Thank you, Vic. Are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Glory! Are you serious? Oh, we are very serious. Guys, I'll be back with more. There's more information coming in. It's going to be a busy day, I can see. Stay with us right here on this YouTube channel. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time. For real.